Okay, hello everyone, and this is our second video, and in the second video we're going to actually build our form. And so there's a couple of things we need. We need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6 fill in the blank boxes basically, or I should say text boxes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up here and just kind of look around. So as you can see, we have our back form and then our front form, okay? And this form up here is user form 1, and to change that title, we can just come down here to where it says user form 1 and change it to, we'll just say student info form. Now that's the name of this. So when we do programming later, we need this name. Now if we want to change this here, that's actually called the caption, and so I guess we should put author info form. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll just do the same thing, author information form. Okay. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to bring up our, oh, there we go. If you click on this here, the toolbox comes up, and what we want is this text box, and you can see that there's all these different ones. There's select objects, labels, text box, combo box, list box, check box, option button, toggle button, a frame, a command button, a tab strip, a multi-page, a scroll bar, and so on. Okay, really only thing we're working at really right now is this text box. So the first thing I'm going to do is just click on that, and then we can come over here and we can drag out our text box. Okay. And the first thing I like to do is I like to label this text box to be something that's more appropriate to what it's going to be used for. So I'm just going to call it paper title. And I'm going to lowercase the first word and then capitalize the first letter of the second word in our names. Okay, and then I'm just going to add a label. That's going to go right there, and my label is going to be called paper title, or we'll just say title of paper. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, I can't name it the same thing. So what I should do is label this paper title label. There we go. And then our caption would be title of paper. Okay, now here I can change now the font. So I really want to change this font to I just want it to be bigger. So I'm just going to move this over, and we'll say bold, and we'll keep it at Toma. I'll see if we can change it. Maybe Verdana. And that looks good. So that looks better. Okay. Oops. Let's move that over a little bit. Oops. There we go. Okay. Now one of the things we can do is we can just copy these. We can say Control C, Control V, and then we can have everything kind of look uniform. So this next one would be, but we do have to change these names. So this would be author name. Okay. And then this would be author name label. And but then also we got to change the caption to author's name. And just to keep things the same, I'll capitalize that. Okay, now we can just do Control V again and come up with our third one. Okay, and so after the author's name, we need the affiliation. So this would be affiliation name. Hopefully I spelled affiliation correctly. Why don't we just change this? We'll just abbreviate it to AFF name. AFF name. The caption. Oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't get a caption. What am I thinking? And this becomes AF name label. Okay, now we're going to change the caption of our form, of our label, to affiliation. Okay. For some reason affiliation looks weird, but and we're going to hit Control V again to paste in another one. Okay. And this one is the course number and name. So I'm going to click that, and then we'll just name this course name. And then, of course, we got to come over here, and we'll say course name label. And we'll change the caption to course name. Okay. And we do Control V again. Move this guy down. And then this is basically instructor name. And then instructor name label. And instructor's name. Okay, so this one's a little longer. Let's see how much space we need for this guy. Just a little bit more. And what we can do is we can select all of these, and if we just click one over, we can move them all over so that they all line up better. And then if I want, I believe that I can take these, and I could line these all up. Oops. So one of the things you'd want to do is like pull these all in a little bit if you wanted to line them all up. So we're going to go align right. Okay, and then we can move them all over like that. Okay, so that looks good. Although these aren't really spaced quite right, so let's move this one down. And that looks better. I'm going to select everything in here and just move everything over so that it's aligned in the page a little better. And then, of course, I'm going to shorten this one up just a bit so that it's lined up. All right. And then our last one is our due date. So due date, due date label, and change your caption to due date. Right. And then finally we need a command button. So this button right here. Okay. And we're going to just name this submit button. And of course we want to change the caption to submit. And we probably want to make the font a little bigger. Make it 12 like the rest of it. There we go. And that's our form. Now, of course, if we wanted to, we could have pull-down forms. So, like if your organization, like if you were making this for your organization, you could have the affiliation automatically put in. So let's say you worked at University of Wisconsin-Madison, okay? You could have UW-Madison automatically put in here. Or if you were making this for a bunch of people, I could have a drop-down box and it would be like a whole bunch of colleges. It could be a bunch of instructors' names based upon the college and so on. Or you could have a list of courses. So you could have some of this populated already if you wanted to. Okay. Now the other thing we need to do is we actually need to set the tab order. Okay. So the tab index for this is 0. That's what we want it to be. This tab index should be 1. Okay, we want this one to be 1. So this should be 0, this should be 1, this should be 2. This tab index should be 3. This tab index would be 4. And so what this just means is that this is the order it's going to follow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this would be 5. Whoops. Oh wait, that should be 4. Oh, I'm a fool. Nope, that tab index is 3. This tab index is 4. I forget it starts with 0. And then this tab index would be 5. 5. And then we would want the button to be tab index 6. Okay. Okay. So if we wanted to, we could also look at this. So there it is. Oh, and as you can see, our that is very small, so that's not going to look good. But we can test our tab index. There we go. Whoops. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's, I got to fix that. So I'm just going to stop this. So our due date should be 5. Tab index 5. There we go. And then this should be tab index 6. Okay. And then the other thing I need to do is to make some, I think I can select all of these and change them all at once for the font. So if we come to the font here, and we have Tahoma, we're going to change this to bold, and we're going to change this to 12. Then we're going to click OK. And then I can test this. So I'm also going to save this quick. So I'm just going to hit play. So there we go. And then then we can see if these all work. All right, that works. Okay. So one of the things I need to do is I need to go back here to my other document. And we need to save this, and we need to save it as. And we need to allow it to have a macro-enabled document. Now at later time we'll change it to a Word macro-enabled template. But for now we're just going to save it as a macro-enabled document. And click Save. And then if we come back down here, we can go back to our form. And then we can save our form. Because what that warning told us is that we don't have a macro-enabled document. So this wouldn't allow us to save any of this really. So that's our form. And then our next step is going to be programming our form. And we'll go into that on our next video.